today we are discussing the class 10th level chapter, and the chapter name is the complementary angles of trigonometry. And this is the class 10th level chapter, and this chapter is important for the board exam as well as a competitive exam. At first we are discussing some important formula about this chapter, and after that we are discussing some important example of this chapter. We move to the formula section. For the complementary angles in trigonometry for the class 10th level chapter, suppose this is the theta and this is the phi, and this angle is 90 degree. So theta plus phi is equal to 90. Now we are discussing according to this one. So sine 90 minus theta will be cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta, that is a 90 degree, 90 minus theta will be sin theta. Tan 90 minus theta will be cot theta. Cot 90 minus theta, that is a 90 degree minus of theta, is equal to tan theta. And sec 90 minus theta is equal to cosec theta. Cosec 90 minus theta is equal to sec theta. According to our choice, we are discussing theta. Theta is equal to 90 minus phi. Theta is equal to 90 degree minus of phi, or phi is equal to 90 degree minus of theta. So according to this, that is 90 degree minus of theta will be phi, that is sin phi is equal to cos of theta. Similarly, cos of phi is equal to sin theta. Similarly, tan of phi is equal to cot theta. Similarly, cot of phi is equal to tan theta. And similarly, sec of phi is equal to cosec theta. Cosec of phi is equal to sec theta, because this is a given condition. This is important for the board exam as well as a competitive exam. So this is a complete of formula section for the chapter of complementary angles. Now we move to the next section, that is the example sections. So one by one we are discussing the important example for this chapter. The first example of this chapter is, if sine 17 degree is equal to x by y, then show that sec 17 degree minus of sine 73 degree is equal to x square divided by y times of root under y square minus of x square. Now in the solution part, sine 17 is equal to x by y. Here sec 17 minus sine of 73. 73 means 90 minus of 17. We are using here, that is the sec 17 degree minus of sine 90 degree minus of 17 degree. And we know that sine 90 minus 90 degree minus of theta is equal to cos theta. We are using here. So sec 17 degree minus of cos 17 degree, that is sec means 1 by cos 17 degree minus of cos 17 degree. And here 1 minus cos square 17 degree divided with cos of 17 degree. And now we are using here 1 minus cos square is equal to sin square theta, because of we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and here sin square is equal to 1 minus cos square theta we are using here. And similarly cos of theta means root under of this, so root under of 1 minus sin square theta for the cos of 17, so theta is equal to 17 we put here, and putting the value of this we get 1 minus sin square 17 means 1 minus x square by y square, and this will be y square minus x square divided with y square. If we put root here, then we get root under y square minus x square divided by y. We are putting here root under y square minus x square and divided by y, and this is x square by y square. And now calculating we get, after calculating this we get this one. So this is a complete of the first example, and we move to the next example. Now we are discussing the second example of the day. The example is if p plus q is equal to 90 degree, then show that root under sin p by cos q minus of sin p into cos of q is equal to cos of p. Now in solution part, p plus q is equal to 90 degree. So q is equal to 90 degree minus of p. Here root under sin p by cos q minus of sin p into cos q. Now we are putting the value of q. Sin p cos 90 degree minus of p minus sin p into cos of 90 minus of p. Now using the formula cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta, that is the sin p divided by sin p. Similarly sin p is here and cos 90 minus of p means sin p. So calculating we get 1 minus sin square p, that is cos square p. Why? Because we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, that is cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sin square theta. We are using here 1 minus sin square theta is equal to cos square theta, and here theta is equal to p. Now this is the cos of p, which is our equal result. So this is the complete of the example 2. Now we move to the example 3 of this chapter. The third example of the day is so that sec 70 degree multiple with sin 20 degree plus of cos 20 degree multiple with cosec 70 degree is equal to 2. Here in the solution section, sec 70 degree multiply with sine 20 degree plus of cos 20 degree multiply with cosec 70 degree. So we are using sec 90 minus 20. 70 means 90 degree minus of 20 degree, and sine is there, sine 20 plus of cos 20 is there, and we are using cosec 90 degree minus of 20. Because of 90 degree minus of 20 degree is equal to 70 degree, so we are replacing 70 degree both the cases. 70 means 90 degree minus of 20 degree, 90 degree minus of 20 degree. Now sec 90 minus theta is equal to cosec theta, and sine means 1 by cosec, and similarly cos means 1 by sec theta. Theta is equal to 20 here, and cosec 90 minus theta is equal to sec theta, that is sec of 20. Now these two, that is this one is vanished, one is there, and plus, this is the plus, and this one is vanished. So 1 plus 1, this is the 2. This is the complete of the third example. Now we move to the last and the final example of the day. Now we are discussing the final example of the day. The final example is if alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree, then so that cot of beta plus cos of beta is equal to cos of beta divided by cos of alpha times of 1 plus sine of beta. Now we are starting from here, that is cos of beta cos of alpha 1 plus sine of beta. Now we are replacing alpha, that is alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree, that is alpha is equal to 90 minus of beta. We are using here, so cos of beta is equal to cos of 90 minus of beta, that is the 90 degree. 1 plus sine of beta is there. So cos of beta, and we know that cos 90 degree minus of theta is equal to sine of theta. So this one, so we are multiplying, we get multiplying with 1, and this one multiplying with sine of beta, and cos by sine is equal to cot. So cot of beta plus cos of beta, which is our equivalent. So proof. This is the complete of the fourth and the final example of the day. Hope the given example and the formula will help you to understand this chapter better while you practicing this chapter in future in your board exam as well as a competitive exam. And this video enrich your knowledge about this chapter.